Hey guys, Vazzy back here, and another trade simulation video here on day 2 of the NHL entry draft. Not the biggest trade, but it is one we have been talking about for years upon years. And that is John Gibson has finally been traded by the Anaheim Ducks and is off to Detroit. Let's go take a look at this trade in-game and start breaking it all down. Alright, so here is the trade in-game. The Detroit Red Wings are sending Peter Mrazek back to the Anaheim Ducks in exchange for John Gibson. So Mrazek here, another goalie going back. He's a guy that has very much bounced around the league the past few seasons. Obviously, a couple years ago was in Carolina, was looking actually not too bad, ended up signing a deal in Toronto. It was kind of a train wreck, got shipped off to Chicago, and put up some respectable numbers there before getting moved to Detroit. So he has been a bit of a journeyman. He will be going to Anaheim, as well as a second-round pick and a fourth-round pick in exchange for John Gibson. So at this point, Gibson has been on the team his whole entire career, and it feels like we have been talking about this trade forever. He was a draft pick back in 2011, and it feels like, what, since 2018 we've been talking about a trade, so it's been a long time. Making $6.4 million, no retention in this deal for 2 more seasons after this. So very interesting trade going down on day 2 of the draft. Value way on our side due to those draft picks. Sending it from Detroit to Anaheim. What do you say? Trade accepted as expected. So let's go take a look at the lines for both of these teams after the trade. So obviously in this deal, no changes to the forwards or defense for either teams. They will remain exactly the same. Now you have Gibson and Talbot. Honestly, not a bad 1-2. Two guys that are getting up there a little bit more in age, but honestly, just go with the hot hand, and I think you're alright with those two goalies. Then going over to the Anaheim Ducks side of things, once again, no changes on the forward core or the defensive core. Goaltending now, Dostal, your full-time starter. You're giving him the crease. Let's see what he can do. Mrazek will be a pretty decent backup for him. So just in conclusion here today, my thoughts on this trade. Again, it is a small trade. I'm not going to make a ton of videos if there's similar deals to this, but I did just want to talk about it since it is Gibson and it has been discussed so much over the past few years. So starting out with the Red Wings side of things, and honestly, I like the addition of John Gibson. It is a little bit pricey, paying him $6.4 for 2 more years, but he desperately needed a change of scenery. And I really hope for him, I hope for Detroit, that he can rebound and potentially get back to that old John Gibson form. But obviously the Ducks haven't been the best over the past few years, so going to a different team, different defensive group in front of you, hopefully he can see a great success with that team. And then going to the Ducks, again, it was time to move on. Getting Mrazek as a backup for Dostal, honestly, I don't mind that move at all. And to be able to get back a second and a fourth for Gibson, that's honestly not bad value. And we can debate all day what kind of a goaltender John Gibson is at this point in his career. The last 2 years prior to this one, numbers were really not great. This year, in a limited sample size, 29 games, put up over a .910 save percentage, so going to be interesting to see how this trade ends up going over the course of the next couple seasons. So yeah, I think that is going to do it for this quick trade video here today. I may be back later today with another trade sim. I don't know. We'll see what happens at the NHL draft. But that'll do it for this one. I will see you all in the next video.